what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again, and I thought because I don't typically do training videos on Tuesday or Wednesday, I could take this time, just answer some frequently asked questions that I get, specifically whenever I put up these car videos. So the first question is, what kind of car do you drive? And I will say I have answered this in the past, but if you look at my total videos, I've done something around 400 or so, and I completely understand people not wanting to sit through 400 videos of me saying, that's what she said, or talking about butts and dicks and fart jokes. So, touche, I understand. I also understand, though, some of you have watched all 400 videos of that, to which I'd like to say, number one, thank you, and number two, I'm sorry that you wasted your time doing that. But to answer the question at hand here, what kind of car do you drive? I have a Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC Sport. I've had this for about 8 months, and it actually coincides with the second question I want to answer, which is, what do you do for work? So let me give you a little bit of context first. I made a very similar video to this video probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, at which point I told you I was a corporate trainer and I was also driving a Honda Accord. Now I had that job for roughly around 6 or 7 years, and I also had that car for roughly around 6 or 7 years. So when I got that job, I bought myself a new Honda Accord, and when I got this new job in June of 2013, I sold it and I got this new car. So apparently, whenever I get a new job, I treat myself to a new car. First world problems if I've ever heard it. But I wanted to give a little bit more explanation on my previous video, which I'll link in the description box below, only because some people kind of misunderstood what I was saying, and they think because I have a fitness channel on YouTube that I must have a fitness background both in education and what I do for my main source of income, both of which are false. So my educational background, I have a BS in econometrics and a minor in business administration from the University of Rhode Island. I haven't really used either of those since graduating. Now, my corporate training job, a lot of people think that that was personal training for big corporations, and that's not true. Corporate training is more focused around things like sales training, technical training, self-improvement of the employees within a company. So I would do trainings based off of how to write a resume, how to speak in public, how to give a presentation, how to use certain, software platforms to enhance your sales opportunities, all sorts of crap. I shouldn't say crap. Well, I can say crap now because I don't work there anymore. But in June 2013, I got a new job. So I bought this car for myself because my commute quadrupled. I went from driving 15 minutes each way to work to, in some cases, 1 hour and 15 minutes each way to work. So I figured since I was going to be in the car a lot more, I might as well enjoy myself a little bit better. But this job that I have now, my focus is solely on inside sales training, and that's what I am. I'm an inside sales trainer. Now, I work for a very large corporation now. It's a Fortune 200 company. I want to say it's number like 126 or 127 if you actually want to look it up. I'm not going to give you the name, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You guys are really smart people. But it's like number 126, and we focus on data storage. So if you know anything about data storage, there's typically two sides to the equation. You have block and you have file. The division I work for focuses on the file side. Sometimes people call this big data, or some people call this unstructured data. It's really file when you break it down. So it means it's really hard to put into like some kind of database, so to say. Now the company and division that I work for itself, what we focus on a lot of times, or where our big play is in the media and entertainment industry. Although that's not our only real play, because you'll find that we're all over the place. So for example, oil and gas, life sciences, healthcare, higher education. We have a ton of things that we can do for people, and we're probably, I would honestly say, the best at what we do in our given space. However, the media and entertainment aspect of it is just easier to talk about because that's really where we came from. We're custom built to solve certain issues that, these people that manage the data were finding in that area, and we've now since found that we're really good in other instances as well. So for example, some of the named customers that I can actually name, because unfortunately a lot of our big name customers actually have non-disclosure agreements signed with us. For example, MLB.com. So anyone who likes baseball and watched any of the stuff through MLB.com, they use all of our equipment. NBC Sports and the Olympics, all of our equipment. If you guys ever have seen a Pixar movie, which I'm sure you have, most recently the movie Frozen, I know a lot of you guys like those Disney princesses out there, all were held on our storage platform. Avatar, so a bunch of movies, media and entertainment, although there are a lot of other things and other plays that we can go into that go into those other categories, or Buck's already mentioned, but a lot of you guys probably just wouldn't be familiar with them in their respective realms. So my main focus here is to work with the inside sales teams, not only where I am in Massachusetts, not only throughout the United States, but also on a global level. So you guys probably noticed last year, I went to Australia, I went to Singapore. I'm the head trainer for everyone throughout the world for this specific division. So I have a lot of responsibilities in that sense. That being said, I think this year, probably within the next 3 or 4 months, I'll actually be heading out to Germany, probably Ireland as well. I hope to get back over to the Pacific Asia area, but I keep fairly busy at work, and that's really what I focus on. A lot of people ask why I don't do more collabs and things like that, or why don't I go to the Arnold or things of that nature. And although I really enjoy YouTube and what it's been able to do for me and some of the people I've been able to meet through it, and it has provided me with the source of income, as you guys probably saw from my How Much Money Do You Make on YouTube video, the bottom line is my main corporate gig pays me very well. I don't know how else to say that without sounding like an asshole, but I'm more than set with that. And YouTube, it would take a miracle to get on the level where I'm at right now with my own actual job. I'm trying not to sound like an asshole, so I know it's tough because usually I do a very easy job sounding like an asshole. But that's a brief idea of what I do. I don't want to get into any more specifics because I don't think it's really relevant to the channel or what I try to do with this. And I like to separate those a lot of times, not only with my work and with YouTube, but also my personal life as well. You guys saw my girlfriend in my video, earlier last week. That went over really well. I really appreciate you guys telling me you want to bang her. Somewhat serious, not serious. But I try to actually keep her separate from my YouTube life because I like to devote time to each of these interests, but not necessarily meld everything together, only because then it can get kind of confusing and then my priorities might get a little out of whack, so to say. So I like to devote individual time. So when I spend time with my girlfriend, that's time for her and I don't want to have to worry about filming or editing or responding to comments or things of that nature. And the same thing with work and things like that, so I don't really like to talk about it, just because I like a clear disconnect between the two, and I find that's an easy way for me to manage. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what I do. If you guys have more specific questions or how I got into certain things, I can do videos or answer your questions in the comments below, as I've been known to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue driving. I hope you guys continue to stay big. Thanks for watching, everybody.